They feared your silence more than your voice because even when you said nothing, the universe echoed your power. They tried to bury your name under layers of dirt, hoping to erase you. But what they failed to realize is that seeds grow best in dirt. They mocked you, labeled you crazy, fake, and irrelevant. Behind closed doors, they gossiped like snakes with broken tongues, hoping their poisoned words could dim your light. But look at them now, choking on the very lies they fed others. Watching you rise is burning their eyes because you weren't just meant to survive, you were meant to thrive. Before we dive deeper, if this message is resonating with your spirit, take a moment to like and subscribe. Every time you engage, it helps this truth reach more chosen ones who need it. When you move with energy, the universe moves with you. And when the universe moves, it makes waves. Now let's talk about what they never saw coming. You were never like the rest, and deep down you always knew it. The moment you were marked as chosen, a silent war began. Not everyone could see the light in you, but the few who did. Some wanted to destroy it. What they didn't understand is that you were never walking alone. Every step you took, the universe walked with you. With every breath, you gave life to timelines unseen. And every time you suffered, the universe took notes. They weren't fighting just you, they were fighting the universe that chose you. Your energy made them uncomfortable. You were a walking storm, carrying too much truth in your voice, too much fire in your eyes. They felt small next to you, so they tried to make you question your own greatness. Yet the same fire they tried to extinguish is now lighting your path and burning away their masks. Chosen one, stop doubting yourself. Stop thinking you're alone. That voice in your head telling you you're unworthy, that's not your intuition, that's their projection. You're not lost. You're just surrounded by people who were never meant to understand your path. You were made different on purpose. Your power haunts them. It visits them in dreams. It makes them flinch when your name is mentioned. You left a mark on their spirit without even trying. That's the reality of being chosen. It's not about what you do. It's about who you are. Your energy speaks before you ever open your mouth. Your silence carries more truth than their loudest lies. You're not just living. You're rewriting reality itself. And the universe rewards those who stay true to their path, even when the night feels the darkest. That's why things are shifting. That's why doors are opening. That's why people you've never met are suddenly speaking your name, some with awe, some with fear. And those who once laughed? They now watch you quietly, hoping you don't look back and remember how they tried to break you. But here's the truth. You don't need revenge. You are the storm they were so desperate to avoid. You were chosen to break patterns, to be the mirror they couldn't face, to survive what was sent to shatter you. So hold your head high, not out of pride, but because the weight of your purpose won't allow you to slouch. You didn't just make it through, you were sent. And now the universe is collecting every moment they tried to crush you and transforming it into fuel for your rise. Let them talk. Let them whisper. Legends don't explain themselves, they just become. And before we continue, if you felt that shift lately, the whispers, the stares, the strange blessings showing up like magic, drop the number 88 in the comments. This isn't just a video, this is a mirror. And if you're truly chosen, you won't be able to look away. The energy is real, the timing is perfect, and the universe has brought you here for a reason. This message is a signal, and those meant to receive it will feel it deep in their bones. Now let's break it all down step by step. If you're chosen, you'll feel it, and you won't be able to turn away. Let's begin. Number 1. When the dust finally settled, they came to a chilling realization. The ghost they were fighting was never just a passing shadow, it was a legend in the making. They laughed when you struggled. They whispered behind your back when you fell, but now they find themselves choking on the very smoke from the fire they tried so hard to put out. They mistook you for just another face in the crowd, another wanderer lost in searching. What they never saw was that you were never one of them. You were born different, moved different, felt different. And that difference, it was never weakness. It was a warning. A silent storm quietly gathering power while they laughed at the calm. What they didn't know was that when a chosen one goes silent, it's never a sign of defeat, it's alignment. Now that the universe has moved in your favor, they are scrambling to rewrite the story, but it's too late. You have become the myth itself, a walking reminder that the truth always rises. The very energy they tried to distort has become the force, shaking their false foundations. They thought they were dragging you down, but they were only dragging their own fate deeper into the dirt. This is the true power of being chosen. It's not just about being gifted, it's about being targeted, misunderstood, and doubted by the world, yet still refusing to dim your light. You walked through the very fire they lit for you, and yet you came out glowing, while they remain lost in the smoke of their own envy. Yet some of you still carry doubts. You question why it's so hard, why people shift when you enter the room, why energy changes without warning. You ask yourself, am I imagining this? No, you're not. You've been marked since the very beginning. The universe has been watching. Every lie told on your name, every fake smile, every door slammed shut. It was never just life happening, it was a spiritual chess game, and the universe has always been playing to win through you. Yes, people are talking, loudly. Wild stories, stranger than fiction, twisted by envy. You are the subject of group chats, of midnight conversations. You cause weird energy shifts, sudden silence, glances that speak without words. People you've never even met act as if they know your soul. Why? Because you're no longer just a person. You've become a symbol, a disruption, a myth they can't control. You are the legend they tried to erase before it even began. And now they are panicking, because you didn't break like they expected. You didn't fold under pressure. You didn't lose your mind when isolation got heavy. Instead, you elevated, quietly, consistently, unapologetically. While they were laughing, you were becoming the very thing they feared the most, undeniable. Some people only want to see you fall so they can take credit for pushing you. But hear me clearly. The betrayal you faced wasn't random. The attacks were deliberate. You weren't being punished, you were being revealed. They didn't hate you. They hated the reflection you forced them to see, the reflection of everything they couldn't be. Your presence exposed their lack. Your light revealed their shadows. But instead of healing, they chose hatred. Instead of learning, they lied. Instead of growing, they gossiped. That was their choice. And now the universe is choosing you. The alignment you're experiencing isn't an accident. It's the result of every lonely night you didn't give up, every breakdown you survived, every moment you stayed silent when you could have exposed the truth. The universe took note of it all. And now, it is putting you on full display. Not for attention, but for justice. When the universe chooses you, the rules of the game change. Patterns break, timelines bend, karma flips. And that is exactly what they're facing now, divine backlash. Not because you wished for revenge, but because they messed with a system far greater than themselves. They weren't fighting you, they were fighting the cosmic order that protects you. The energy that balances lies with truth, cruelty with consequence. Yet still, some of you walk around as if you're alone, head down, waiting for someone to validate your worth. Listen closely. You were the storm they tried to convince themselves wasn't coming. And now that you are here, don't you dare apologize. Don't shrink to make them comfortable. Don't dull your light so they don't have to squint. Because here's the truth they'll never admit. You became everything they swore you never would, and you did it without them. You built from nothing. You rose from the silence. You glowed through the pain. And now they are watching in disbelief as the universe moves mountains on your behalf. That is not luck, that is legacy. And to those who are still doubting, still thinking that the chosen path is too lonely, too painful, too slow, let this be your wake-up call. You weren't called to fit in. You were designed to disrupt. You're not here to make people comfortable. You are here to awaken the ones still asleep, to shift every room you enter, to leave fingerprints on souls without even touching them. Be careful who you bury. Some seeds weren't meant to die. You are one of those seeds, buried by betrayal, watered with pain, risen through time. And now that you're blooming, don't look back for the ones who tried to bury you. Look ahead. There is more to come. Let the whispers echo. Let the lies rot. You just keep becoming. Because you are the myth now, the story they'll tell, the living proof that energy never lies and that legends are never born in comfort. They thought you were finished, but the universe had other plans. Number 2. Your name echoes in rooms you've never stepped into. They don't hate you because they truly know you. They hate you because your energy is a constant reminder of everything they'll never become. There is something about your very presence that shifts the air itself. It's not arrogance. It's not even mere confidence. It's alignment. Alignment with the universe, with purpose, with truth. And that kind of alignment, whether you realize it or not, makes people uncomfortable. You walk into a space and suddenly, masks feel tighter. Voices tremble. Eyes dart away. They can't quite explain it, but they feel it deep within. And so, out of fear and confusion, they start building stories about you. Not because they know you, but because they don't. This is what people do when they can't understand something. They twist it, label it, rename it, and spread it. They try to shrink what they cannot rise to. They attempt to reduce you into a rumor, a joke, a fantasy, anything that might make your power feel small enough for them to manage. But what they don't understand is that your power was never meant to be understood. It was meant to be respected. This is where it hits differently. Your energy moves before you do. Long before you utter a single word, the room has already shifted. You've seen it. You've felt it. People acting strange before you even introduce yourself, as if they've read some script about you, written by someone who has never even met you. They don't actually meet you, they meet your reputation. They meet the echoes of conversations you were never even a part of. And the wildest part? You didn't have to do anything but exist. Just breathing in your truth was enough to stir something within them. That's the reality of being chosen. Your energy is loud, even in your silence. People say they've heard things about you, and they have. They've heard your name in conversations you were never present for. They've felt the shift in the atmosphere when your name was mentioned. You've become the topic, the question, the unseen threat they never saw coming. You didn't just enter the story, you became the story. But understand this. Legends are never born in comfort. They are forged in misunderstanding, in mystery, in those awkward moments where people don't know if you're a blessing or a warning. And truthfully, you are both. You carry a truth that exposes lies, a light that reveals shadows, and a power that disturbs egos. And so, before you even get a chance to speak, they've already decided who you are. Why? Because when they look into your eyes, they see something ancient, something they cannot manipulate, something they cannot fake. You didn't just cross their path, you shifted it. That's why the whispers are growing louder. Not because you chased attention, not because you sought validation, but because your frequency is too strong to ignore. Your spirit is too radiant for the background. Your destiny has been screaming through your energy since the day you were born. You are the type of person who shifts entire paths simply by showing up. That's why some obsess over you, watching your every move like it's their duty, while others avoid you altogether, hoping to escape the reflection you force them to see. Your presence makes people feel what they've been suppressing. It awakens them to realize they've been asleep while you've been rising. You were never meant to blend in. You were designed to disrupt. So don't shrink just because of the stares. Don't water yourself down just so others can digest you more easily. You were never made to be understood. You were made to be felt. And to the chosen ones who are still wondering why people switch up, act weird, or treat you like you're a rumor wrapped in flesh, understand this. The universe marked you. And when you are marked, you are also monitored, watched, studied, imitated, misunderstood, but above all, protected. The truth is, they were never reacting to you. They were reacting to what moves with you, the power that walks ahead of you, the energy that shakes rooms like thunder cracking through silence. They thought they could predict you, contain you, define you, but you keep proving that you are the exception to every rule they try to place on you. So stand tall. Let your energy do the speaking. Let the universe handle the explanations. You don't owe anything to those who were never meant to understand you. They don't just see you. They feel you. And once they feel you, they can never unsee you. You have become the myth they can't erase and the legend they will never outrun. Number 3. They see the crown, but they don't see the blood that paid for it. To them it looks like luck, but luck doesn't bleed. Yet you've bled in silence, hidden in the shadows, and still walked like royalty. They swear something must be up with you. In their whispers they say, there's no way they just keep winning. They tell themselves you've got something the rest of them don't, and they're right. But not in the way they imagine. They don't see the cost. They don't see the countless nights you cried into a pillow that never spoke back. They don't see the times you broke in private and still showed up in public like you had it all under control. All they notice is the glow, never the grind. That's the twisted part of being chosen. The spotlight seems to find you, but no one notices the shadows behind you. They only see the result, the outcome, the success. But they have no idea about the battle it took just to get out of bed some days. They don't know how many times you almost quit, how many breakdowns came just moments before your breakthrough. But now that things are finally moving for you, they scramble to rewrite your story. They try to make it make sense in their heads. It's luck. They must know someone. They probably sold their soul. Funny, isn't it? How people would rather believe in dark magic than in your discipline. They'll credit anything but your grit, because to admit how hard you've worked, how faithfully you've moved in silence, would force them to confront their own laziness, their own excuses, their own missed chances. That's why they lie on your name. That's why they gossip instead of grind. It's easier to call your blessings unfair than to admit you've earned them. It's safer to label you supernatural than to face the fact that you're simply relentless. And yet there is something supernatural about you, not because you cast spells, but because you refuse to stay down. The universe has caught you time and time again, right before the fall. Your enemy's plans somehow keep turning into platforms for your elevation. That's not just hustle, that's favor. That's alignment. What they don't see is how many valleys you've walked through that would have buried others. They don't know how many times you've clapped for others while you were starving for even a sliver of support. They've never felt what it's like to be chosen and cursed at the same time, to carry a light so powerful that it burns you too. They don't see the sacrifice, the solitude, the way the universe dragged you through fire just to forge you. All they notice is the shine, but never the scars. And now, as your name echoes in rooms you've never entered, as people treat you differently without even knowing you, they act surprised, shocked even. Why them? They ask. But the better question is, why not you? Why shouldn't the universe reward someone who kept going when everything screamed stop? That's the truth they'll never say out loud. You didn't get lucky, you got chosen. And when the universe chooses you, it doesn't always feel like a blessing at first. It feels like being broken into pieces, stripped of everything false, left alone to rebuild in the dark. But when you survive that, the universe shows up and backs you publicly for what you endured privately. So let them keep guessing. Let them spin their little stories. You're not here to explain yourself to people who couldn't handle your silence, let alone your spotlight. Let them assume it was easy while they fold under the pressure you've already mastered. Let them believe you have some secret formula, when the only real secret was that you never gave up, even when no one was watching. What they don't realize is they've been obsessed with the fruit, but they never saw the roots. They see the crown now, but they'll never understand how heavy it was when it was still made of pressure and pain. And that's perfectly fine. They were never supposed to see it. You didn't go through all of that just to prove something to them. You went through it to prove something to yourself. You needed to know without a doubt that no matter how hard it got, you wouldn't fold. And now, because you've been tested and trusted, the universe is moving mountains on your behalf. So when they say you always win, let them. Let them talk, because they have no idea how many wars you had to fight just to show up looking undefeated. Your name carries weight now. Your presence shifts rooms. Your silence speaks louder than their noise. And none of it came easy. You earned this. Let them whisper. You have a legacy to build. Number 4. Forged in fire and unbound by fate, you have risen beyond the quiet whispers that marked your beginnings. What once started as a faint murmur has now erupted into a relentless roar. They don't just watch you out of admiration. They watch you with an insatiable hunger, desperate to decode your essence. Whether standing in awe or seething with envy, every eye is locked on you. Deep down, they wrestle with burning questions they can't silence. What is it that sets you apart? How does your name echo through halls and screens alike? Why does every room you enter tremble with the promise of change? The answer, as clear as daylight, has nothing to do with secret rituals or hidden formulas. You're not trying to be legendary. You simply are. Every legend attracts storytellers. Some tell your story out of genuine reverence, honoring your path. Others, driven by jealousy, twist your achievements into cautionary tales. And then there are those who spin narratives simply because a captivating story makes their own lives feel less empty. Yet no matter their motives, one truth remains unshakable. Your name has become a currency, a symbol of power. Everyone wants a piece of it, even if just for a fleeting taste of your energy. Every time your name surfaces in conversation, it sends an electric charge through the room. People recall the times they felt a surge of inspiration just by hearing about you. They remember the subtle yet undeniable shift in the atmosphere when your presence was mentioned, like the distant rumble of a storm signaling inevitable change. Your story has risen far beyond the mundane. It has become a force moving through the collective consciousness, stirring hope, igniting fear, evoking admiration, and sometimes bitter resentment. Understand this clearly. Your journey was never meant to be a smooth, scripted performance. It has been a raw, tumultuous process of transformation, a kind of sacred alchemy, where struggle and triumph were woven together in ways even you sometimes struggle to fully comprehend. The making of a legend is never about vanity. It is a natural evolution. You rose from the ashes of trials that would have crushed lesser souls. In that crucible, you were tempered into something extraordinary. The scars you carry are not marks of defeat. They are medals of battles fought in silence, the undeniable evidence of resilience that even the universe itself cannot ignore. Legends, after all, are born from the interplay of light and shadow. Your brilliance casts long shadows, illuminating the depths of your story. Every setback, every sleepless night, every doubt you fought was not wasted. It was part of the formula that forged your destiny. And while others who've never endured such storms may offer shallow explanations, calling it luck, fate, or divine intervention, the truth is far more powerful. The secret has always been your relentless determination. You turned pain into power, adversity into advantage, and isolation into the very fuel for your growth. The more they try to dissect your story, the more elusive the real answer becomes. Because it isn't something that can be neatly packaged into a single post or understood in a passing glance. Your legacy is an ever-growing tapestry woven with threads of perseverance, authenticity, and unwavering commitment to your truth. And as that tapestry expands, so does the myth that surrounds you. People begin to believe your every move was predestined, that your success was inevitable, that you carry a magnetic force beyond ordinary explanation. They become captivated by how you continue to emerge victorious, even when the odds seem stacked against you. They cling to theories, secret alliances, supernatural luck, mysterious blessings. But the reality is much simpler. You earned every inch of your success. You have crafted it with sheer grit and unshakable faith in your own potential. This is the very core of what makes you legendary. You are not the product of random chance. You are the architect of your own destiny. And as your story is retold, layer by layer, adding grandeur with each passing season, the world begins to recognize you as something more than just a person. You have become a force of nature, something they cannot easily explain, contain, or dismiss. So, let them talk. Let them speculate about how you turn trials into triumphs. Whether their words come from envy or admiration, they only serve to amplify your power. Their noise is just background music to the symphony of your rise. Every time they murmur your name, they unknowingly add fuel to the fire that propels you higher. In your relentless pursuit of becoming, you have already transcended the ordinary. You are living proof that greatness is never granted, it is earned. And as long as the universe continues to align with you, your legend will only grow louder, echoing across time and space as a permanent reminder that true power is not given. It is forged in the heart of the storm. That's all for today. Dear Father, I pray for the growth of my faith. Help me trust you even when physical evidence is lacking. Let me believe in your perpetual presence, knowing you will never harm me. I understand that your thoughts for me are thoughts of prosperity and not harm, to give me a good future. Thank you, gracious and eternal Father, for always listening to my voice. I offer up this prayer to you in the name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you, Jesus, for your love and provision. I am grateful for your presence in my life and the abundance you bring. If this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with those who need to hear this message. Leave a comment below about your journey and how you are preparing for your own triumphant return. If you'd like to support our work, please consider contributing through Buy Me a Coffee. This helps us continually improve our content to offer you the best. The link to Buy Me a Coffee is in the description. No gift is too small. Whether it's a penny, a prayer, or a share, your generosity helps spread God's word and brings hope to others. Don't stop here. Watch our next video for powerful revelations about the signs that reveal you are the chosen one. We've enjoyed following this spiritual journey with you. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Keep shining brightly and embrace your destiny with courage. See you next time. Blessings to all the beautiful souls from the Enlighten Wisdom.